Remember, this is all educational content. I'm sharing the blueprint, but I'm not your financial advisor. The markets are risky, and you are responsible for your own trigger finger. Trade safe. Trade smart. In my first video, I told you the truth your mentors hid. They gave you strategies but kept the foundation. Today, I reveal exactly what that foundation is. And I promise you, by the end of this video, you will never look at a chart the same way again. You've been taught 3 market structures: uptrend, downtrend, and ranging. That's what every course teaches. That's what every mentor repeats. And it's incomplete. There are 5 structures.
Yes, 5.
The 3 you know, and 2 they never told you about. And without these 2, following the market's flow is impossible. You're driving with a map that's missing half the roads. Range structure and sub-range structure. You may have heard the terms, but hearing and understanding? 2 different things. Stay tuned, because by the end of this video, you'll be amazed at what you've been missing. I'm the patient sniper. Let's quickly go through the 3 structures you already know. We won't spend long here, but we need a common language before I show you what's missing. Uptrend. Higher highs and higher lows. Each pullback stays above the previous low. Each push breaks above the previous high. Price is climbing stairs. Bulls are in control. Downtrend. Lower highs and lower lows. Each rally fails to break the previous high. Each drop breaks below the previous low. Bears are in control. Same concept, opposite direction. Ranging structure. Price moving sideways between a clear high and a clear low. No direction. No control. Just indecision. Now we get to the part your mentors didn't teach. The part that separates those who guess from those who know. Look at this uptrend. Higher highs, higher lows. Clean, right? But zoom in. What do you see? Inside the uptrend? Price is still moving up and down, creating smaller ranges, smaller trends. This is where most traders lose money. They see the big uptrend, buy at the top of a small internal move, and watch price pull back against them. Now let's give these structures their real names. Because once you know the names, you can start seeing them everywhere. Major structure. This is the big picture. The trend that spans longer time. This is what everyone sees. The structure your mentors teach you without telling you it's a major structure. Oh, it's an uptrend. Congratulations. You've passed kindergarten. But knowing the major structure alone doesn't make you money. It just tells you which direction to lean. Internal structure. These are the moves inside the major trend. The pullbacks, the consolidations, the ranges within the trend. This is where entries happen. The important structure for confirmation for traders. This is where most traders get chopped up. They know the direction, but they don't understand the internal. Minor structure. This is the smallest level, the micro moves. The little battles that last minutes or hours. This is where precision lives. This is where snipers work. The sniper doesn't just know the major trend. He understands the internal structure, and he waits for the minor structure to give him the exact moment. Major tells him direction, internal tells him where, minor tells him when. All 3, together. Without all 3, you're gambling. With all 3, you're sniping. Range structure revealed. Take a look at this chart. What do you see? On the left, a clear uptrend. On the right, a clear downtrend. Higher highs, higher lows. Major structure pointing up. Lower highs, lower lows. Major structure pointing down. But what you didn't understand is the importance of this structure. This is range structure. It's not a ranging market. It's a range of movement. When the market breaks major structure and continues without pulling back, it creates these range structures. They are the building blocks of the trend itself. Why this matters. Here's why this changes everything. When you understand range structure, you can always identify your major structure. Each range structure is a complete move. It's the box in blue. Every single trap on this chart happened because traders didn't understand range structure. They saw the major trend. They entered. But they entered at the end of a range structure instead of the beginning. And price moved against them immediately. Understanding range structure gives you two massive advantages. First, it helps you avoid traps. You stop buying at the top of a range structure. You stop selling at the bottom. You see where the move began and where it might end. Second, it helps you hold winning trades and not turn a winner into a lose. Subrange structure revealed. Now we go deeper. Look at this chart. The blue box is our range structure. A strong move occurs and creates a subrange structure in the red box. Subrange structure is similar like range structure, just extended. It follows the same rules, the same patterns, the same logic. Putting it all together. Diagrams plus real market. Throughout this video, I've shown you each structure using simple diagrams. Clear, clean, easy to understand. Uptrend, downtrend, range structure, subrange structure, minor and major structure. Diagrams are perfect for learning. They remove the noise. They show you exactly what to look for. The highlighter will represent internal structure. The capital letters of trend will represent major structure. The lowercase letters of trend will represent minor structure. The blue box will represent the range structure. The red box will represent the sub-range structure. But diagrams are not the market. They're training wheels. And at some point, the training wheels have to come off. This is the real thing. Australian dollar versus US dollar. A monthly chart. Remember, price is firstal. What happens on this time frame repeats itself down until 1 minute chart. And everything I just taught you with diagrams is right here, playing out in real market movement. First, let's identify our major structure. Look at the whole chart. What do you see? The major structure tells us we are bearish. Since we see a break of structure on monthly, see? Lower low and higher low. Next, let's identify our internal structure, which is the structure within our major structure.
So, what do you think about making a photo collage with all the pain babies and my baby? I think you should have the baby first. Girl, stop. I'll use photograph photo. What you think? I just don't understand why I can't.
Next, let's identify our range structure, the blue boxes. Look at how price did not retrace or pull back to the major structure. This is the beginning of the formation of a range structure. It helps us not to confuse market structure. This is not another lower low and higher low. It's just our range structure. We expect the market to come and break that point before going down, creating a new higher low.
Let me think about this.
I'll be using a lighter orange color and a smaller font to identify the range structure, as well as the blue box. Each blue box is a complete move, and where one blue box ends, another could begin.
Ooh, it's the degree for me. He's chocolate too.
Now, let's identify our subrange structures, the red boxes. A subrange structure occurs after the range structure. You see how price did not retrace back into the range structure. Instead, price created a subrange structure by shotting down of the range structure to create an independent structure. This is subrange structure. The red box. Now let's identify our minor structure, marked with lowercase letters. The minor structure is a pullback struck. We don't trade it long term. Yes, minor structure does have range and subrange structures to help with trading pullbacks of the major structure. Story for another day. But for now, just know that both minor and internal structures can have range and subrange structures.
Look, Floyd, I was just looking for a new caterer for your purple high school reunion. Since I'm so damn stupid. You know what? I quit.
Remember, once minor structure is broken, it begins the formation of internal structure for that major structure. So going down, we will be trading. internal structure until we break the major structure of monthly, which is below the sub-range. Let me change it to a dark color, since I use light color to indicate range structure.
That's what we doing now? What's wrong? You're in your feelings? No, I'm confident about
Yes, as I have mentioned before, an internal structure can have a range and a sub-range structure.
Other people may be sensitive to issues that you may think are trivial. It's not trivial to me. I mean, this reunion is important to me. He's the one that got blew up and angry over black.
Now that we've identified the range and the sub-range structure, we expect the price to pass these range structures to create an internal structure going down.
Oh, look who is swiping right to left looking for love. You and Malik have an open relationship? Negative. Malik the man I'm gonna spend the rest of my life with. Oh, and how do you know that?
This family is
I'll draw what we've done, but in a diagram form.
I, on the other hand,
This what you should have seen.
easy to do.
A major structure break downwards,
And for that,
a range structure being formed,
it's all good.
a sub-range structure being formed,
You wouldn't happen to know a caterer that could pull off a last-minute miracle. For what?
minor structure being formed.
The food's all done. It's being delivered. Serious? Now you know I wouldn't be having you out there like that. Wouldn't have you out in these purple streets looking all raggedy, which is pretty easy to do. Shit.
Price touches the order block of the major structure and starts, creating internal structure until where it going to break major structure, which is where most take profits are. We've just plotted all 5 structures on the map. You've seen the full blueprint now, the actual framework the market operates on. But this brings us to a question I get asked a lot. A question you might be asking right now. If these structures are so clear, so effective, why doesn't everyone know about them? Why do the gurus and the mentors keep this hidden? The truth isn't that they actively hide it. It's worse than that. It's that they can't show it to you. Think about it. Most mentors sell speed. They sell excitement. They sell the dream of getting rich quick by jumping in and out of trades every 5 minutes. They need you to believe trading is complicated so you stay dependent on them. But here's what they won't tell you. 1. They don't trust you to be patient. They know that if they showed you the simplicity of just waiting for these 5 structures, you'd say, "That's it? I have to do nothing for 3 hours?" And you'd leave. They lose a customer. They need you in the market, not waiting for the market. 2. The truth is boring to the undisciplined. The reality is that 95% of traders quit because they can't handle the stillness. Simplicity builds wealth. The waiting. Mentors hide the truth because the truth is simple, and simple is hard to sell. Complexity sells courses. 3. They don't understand it themselves. Many of them are just reciting textbook theories they learned from someone else. They've never actually stripped the market down to its core mechanics. I am the patient sniper. I don't have a course to sell you. I have a mindset to build in you. And that mindset starts with the truth. The market is just a series of structures. You just need to know them, and then you need to wait for them. So now you have them. All 5 structures. The complete dossier. Don't chase the fake-outs. Don't get emotional when the market tries to shake you loose. You have the blueprint. You know what a valid setup looks like? Now you just have to do the hardest thing in trading. Wait, let the market come to you. Let it set up perfectly, right in your crosshairs. And when that moment comes, when all 5 conditions are met, when the structure is confirmed, that's when you stop waiting. That's when you aim. You line up your entry. You manage your risk. You take a breath. And then without hesitation, you execute. This is the way of the patient sniper. If you're ready to stop gambling and start operating with precision, hit that subscribe button. Join the squad. I'll see you on the next mission. Wait. Aim. Execute. Out.